I was the director of the last one.
Giorgio.
Giorgio, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody, please. It's such an incredible through line for all of these films, for suffering, human rights, and hope. So that was really what really struck me about your film was the persistence of hope. So I would love for you to talk to us a little bit more about what was the hope for you?
Thank you for the question, for everybody for coming and watching the film. And yeah, you said the right word, hope. It's the most important thing in the film. You know, spending time with Vidal, which is the protagonist. I stayed with him for 2 months in Peru in the mountains, and you know, the main thing I learned from him, it's resilience, it's hope. You see a man that doesn't have anything in his life. He basically doesn't even have a restroom in his home for how poor he is. But still he fights, he finds the strength in the morning to wake up and do everything for his son. He makes very little money, like $100 a month on his radio station. And he has now a new radio station, and that's all he does. And he does this for his kid and his family and the new generation. And it was a really changing experience. You know, like moving to the States and thinking about very superficial things, and then meeting this man that only focus on what really matters in life. It was amazing.
Yeah, the amount of joy he still managed to find, even just playing soccer and the birthday cake celebration, and how much joy they find in the gift of their children.
Yes.
It was astonishing to me. How did you initially connect with him? How did this story interest you? How did you decide this is my next film?
Thank you so much. So he used to be a driver for a production I was doing in South America as a cinematographer, and we connected, and I saw there was a great story in him, and I just spent time with his family, you know, and I learned Spanish at his home. I mean, I'm Italian, so it's easier, but I remember a great moment for me. I didn't speak Spanish, I didn't speak anything, and during the party at night, you have to do a speech. Each invited people have to do a speech for the who's celebrating.
Sure.
And they asked me to make a speech, and I was like, I don't know to say anything. But I was able to say 2 things in Spanish, and everybody was welcoming me. And so, like, when you become part of a family, and that's the best thing about making films and documentaries, it's a gift.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed there's the implied call to action at the end, right? How can we help? All these films, like, how can we make sure a lot of the atrocities we saw don't happen again? How can we help? Did he leave you with any sense of what can we do? How can we help?
This is a great question, great point. We don't make films to watch them. We make films to do something in our life. And I would say, replying to you in a more practical way, I would say stay in touch with me. If you want, we can talk after, exchange contacts, because we are organizing an impact campaign for Vidal. We're trying to collect some money so that he can buy a camera. He can help his kid to move out from Peru in the next years. We're trying to make that happen, anything can help him. Sorry for a very practical answer, but I would say money are the best way, because in these situations it's the best way to help.
Sure. I'd like to open it up. People have questions from the audience. Anyone have anything they want to know about how this film was made? Yes, you.
What can you tell us about the mining company?
Yeah, what can you tell us about the mining company?
There is a lot to talk about. The mining company you see in the film, it's called Glencore, and it's an European, it's in Switzerland. It's an European company, and they are all around the world. The problem is that a lot of companies are very ethical, and this is not what happens all the time. This is an example. But lots of companies don't care about the impact that they have on the people. What is really sad about the situation is that there is so much corruption in the Peruvian government that many people demonstrated that the water is contaminated and is
Metals in the
connected.
blood and all of
Yeah,
that.
it's all demonstrated. But still the government find a way to say that it's not because of the mine, but it's because of the way that the earth is. But these people, the indigenous people, are like, that's not true. 40 years ago, we used to drink from this water. We don't see dead fish. We don't see our animals dying. And I think the situation reflects a lot of what's going on in the world, where people that don't have a say, a voice, get, stepped on.
Repressed, yeah.
Yeah, replaced.
So very clearly, the government would not want that information out, and it was clear that the amount of ways they try to stop him,
Yeah.
and so I'm sure the mine has seen no spanking.
Definitely.
Sir?
Yeah, I have a question about music.
Yeah.
It seems like this is original score, so could you tell us a little bit how did you come about working with the composer and a little bit about the story?
How did you come about working with the composer for the score?
Thank you so much.
Wonderful film, by the way.
Thank you. So that was my first time working with a composer. I met, this person Sasha that worked for me randomly because I was looking for an apartment in New York, and somebody gave me his number and he said this person has a renting apartment, and I texted him and he said that's not true. Who gave you my number? And then we started becoming friends, and he was like, you're making this film, I want to help you. There was no budget, and we started like that, and I was really liking, honestly, to find somebody that you can exchange ideas, and he's from Germany, and he does things very carefully, and yeah, they added a lot of layers to the story. I think it was.
Yeah, for sure. Other questions? Well, Muffy.
Can you tell us, I've been to Chile, Cusco, how far away from Cusco is this town?
How far from Cusco is this town?
Where will this movie be available for us to share with other activists and possibly other film festivals, so that the word gets out, so that you can earn some more money and send it down to Vidal?
Great, the question is, how do we access this film to share with other festivals and activists?
Thank you. No, that's an amazing point. So for the festival, you can reach out to me, and we can. I can definitely submit to those festivals you have in mind. This place is 4 hours from Cusco, and it's actually more in the south. And Vidal is not the only one who is doing this. There is a lot of people in the Amazon, that live this suffering situation, and definitely if you have anything in mind, please let's talk for sure.
Anyone else? I would just love to wrap up by asking you about the title. How did you come up with the title, Wings of Dust?
Thank you. So when I was driving at night with Vidal, he told me about the dream he had, that he was flying over the mountains. And I thought, wow, like who in 2024 still dreams about so many pure things? I don't know if you're able. I don't think I am able to. I all have nightmares, and stuff I have to do with my life. Like, who is able to dream to fly over the nature? So I thought the wings are, the wings of this bird, and dust is because the mining company, is raising this dust to build things.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Giorgio.
Thank you.
Che ringrazio tanto. And please, everyone, enjoy the rest of the festival, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
sono Heidi.
Thank you very much.
Io sono l'unica italiana qua.
Sì, ma italiano veramente?
Beh, legalmente.